Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. This is the Be the CEO of Your Life live show, and I'm Yvonne Dam of Amaze Yourself Coaching. I help driven business owners to actually get more focus so they can free up time and have a higher quality of life. Today in this show, we're going to talk to you about how you can save time and enjoy your life as well. And I have an amazing guest with us, and that's Marc. Hi, Marc.
Hello there. How are you? Good to see you again.
It's good to have you on the show. Can you introduce yourself to the people that are listening and watching?
Sure. I am a pontificator. I will tell you everything you need to do to get religion in LinkedIn. And this is a way of life. And it is a way that I learned the hard way through working through corporate and a bank and all the other horrible places I used to work, that when I went out on my own, it was lonely out there. I needed to meet great people. When I finally met all those great people, they introduced me to other great people, and my business grew. 3 businesses later, this being a LinkedIn coach, being probably my last and my forever business, it's so much it's wonderful. How else do I meet people like you and all the other people that have come on my screen? So the pandemic is good in a way. It has made us meet people outside of our neighborhoods, our cities. It's given us open opportunity. That's what LinkedIn does.
I love that. I love it. And I have to smile because I had a conversation with a client this morning, an entrepreneur as well. And they told me it's so lonely to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah.
So I love that you're touching on it, because I know a lot of people feel that way. And, especially working from home or on your own in an office, it can feel lonely. And I love that LinkedIn is one of the remedies to actually make a better connection with people so you don't feel alone.
You've got to do it all yourself. I'm now an accountant. I am the payables department. I am the receivables department. I am the sourcing and the logistics department. I handle travel. I handle everything that other people handled for me when I was in corporate. And it wastes my time. It's not a good use of my time. I should be out there selling to make my business do more. So it's a matter of how you allocate your limited resources. These are things that you and I certainly agree on. But it's all a matter of how you make yourself look amazinger than anybody else is doing what you're doing. And you need to allocate your time well to do that as well.
Yeah, I love so that word amazinger, obviously, as owner and founder of Amaze Yourself, I love the word, but tell me about the word, because it's not something you see on a daily basis.
Sure. I made the word up, so I own it. Everybody thinks they're amazing, right? But most people were raised not to think they're amazing, right? Mm-hmm. So only the entrepreneurs amongst us went out from being told you're not amazing to saying I am amazing, and let me just show you, so watch me roll. So everybody competes with somebody. I don't know anybody anywhere in 12 years of doing this LinkedIn business that I've said there's nobody else who does what you do. It's how well you do, why you do it. And if you can't articulate why you do it, why do you do what you do, then no one's going to give you any attention. And then you're not going to be amazinger. They're going to go to the competition. And then you've lost an opportunity. They never come back. So you get one opportunity to make an impression. Nanoseconds these days, because they're attention deficit situation, not enough time to read your profile. You better make an impression right away. Make them want to read down as far as you can get them to go. In fact, if you read my entire profile, you'll see at the end there is a magic word that will let any of you who are interested in connecting with me use that word, and I will ask to vet you. I will accept a conversation with you. Been doing this a long time. Everybody wants a piece of me, so I need to be more careful. So there's your challenge, folks. Homework, folks. You've got to read my whole profile. Ha-ha.
I love it. So the profile is underneath here if you care to connect with Marc. Marc Halpert, check him out and make sure to read the entire profile because there is a magic word in it. I love that. That actually, if you find a magic word and you connect with Mark, you can have a conversation with him and he's going to help you because you do that amazing, Mark. Now, we spoke about why do you do what you do, and you have, of course, your own reason why you do what you do. Tell us, because I always want to hear that.
I grew up being told I talk too much. Every report card, every marking period came back, and we just read it. I mean, my wife and I opened up all these old papers that my parents left me, and everyone says, Mark talks too much, Mark talks out of turn, Mark this, Mark that. Mark was an entrepreneur a long time ago in grade school. So Mark is dying to help other people because that's in my DNA. I want people to do better. I want to help others get past being pushed down. You talk too much. You can't say that. Sit there and be seen, not heard. That has really percolated through so many people. I had a 71-year-old man who had risen to a tremendous position in a real estate company, in a commercial real estate company in New York City. So he's not a fool. He's a player. He is the guy who really competes, and he has no opinion of himself. So he's fighting this battle about being the best and being the go-getter when he has no opinion about being good internally. I help people get that out from them. I pull this stuff out. It's somehow I do it. It's fascinating to see people open up in front of me. Sometimes they open up too much in front of me. I get to know way more baggage than I really need, but nonetheless, I manage to come back to a professional persona and say, hey, you said something 10 minutes ago. You said something now. Let's pull those together as a thread. And they'll say, oh, wow, how'd you figure that out? I never really thought about that myself. So it's all about listening and thinking and how are you perceived? I want to help other people do that because I went through my own metamorphosis, becoming an entrepreneur, being amazinger in my field than anybody else is doing. And I had to learn that the hard way. I'd rather have people learn it a less hard way, not the easy way. There's no easy ways, no hacks. Do not take your resume and put it on your LinkedIn profile because that is cheating and cheaters never win. It is about talking about why you. And if you can't talk about why you, get a coach to help you do better, but not do it for you, because I don't write people's profiles.
Yeah.
Had a lot of people say, I don't have time for writing my profile. I'm sorry, if you don't have time to invest in yourself, I'm not doing it for you. I'll guide you. I'll drag you. I might beat you on the head a couple of times verbally. Say, oh, come on, you can do better than that. And they go, oh, don't make me do that. Yeah, do it. Try me. You're not. It's just between you and me. And then they say, you know, it felt good to say that. I've been wanting to say that for 60-something years. Like, wow.
Yeah.
That's the aha moments that both of us have together. That's why I do. I love that motion of making these leaps to getting people in a place they've never gone before.
I love that you say that, Mark, because I'm thinking, you know, I experience that with my clients so often as well. When I work with someone, I can immediately see how amazing they are. Often I work with them because I see it, and often they don't see it themselves. And you're very right. It doesn't really matter how successful people are. There is often this kind of even shame to say, hey, I'm good at this, which is like such a contradiction, because as an entrepreneur, you need to say you're good at it. But like you've own experienced as well, we are so often told, voice it down, tune it down, don't exaggerate, don't brag, don't be so loud. Who do you think you are? Be normal, be quiet. That you know, in my coaching practice, I often need to unpack, unwind, untraumatize, and then people stand up. So I really love that you do that and that you let people stand out, because I think that's needed more. And in my honest opinion, if what you say is true, you're not bragging, you're simply stating.
You are reinforcing. So here's a scenario. I want to refer you to somebody. They really need you. They're wasting time. They have they're behind in everything. And I say, I want you to meet my friend Yvonne. And they say, fine, send me her LinkedIn profile. And if your LinkedIn profile doesn't demonstrate why you are the one that Marc referred, then they read your profile and go, Marc's a dope. Yvonne's worse, all right, because she's worse than what he said she is. Why would I bother?
Yeah.
I want people to say, I looked at Yvonne's profile and, oh my God, I can't believe it. I spoke to her on the phone. She is exactly what I need. Thank you. And I want to hear from Yvonne. Oh, I met your friend. He really needs my help. We signed a contract. I'm a happy guy. My friend's a happy guy. You're a happy person. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
To reinforce the relevancy we bring to the role and expertise we have and earn. Now, we didn't get there just by waking up one morning. We did it the hard way. So nothing's free. I don't give away any free services. I don't do that. I'll listen to people say what they need, and I'll say, this is exactly what we'll do. I've got a curriculum for you. We'll handle this over 4 90-minute sessions. That's an hour and a half, not 19 minutes, as some people say, because I talk too fast. I said, how do you do this in 19 minutes? I was like, no, 90 minutes, all right? So it's all about spending the time, investing in yourself now. Yeah, there's some heavy lifting at first, but the reinvestment in yourself, you doing it with a little help of a coach, pays dividends down the road, because the referral then reinforces what I said about that person, or they find you in the search. So this is a great way to save time. Make it happen upfront. I have people who are between jobs. They've got a little extra time on their hands. Some would say they should be busier than ever, but they're not going to get that next job, or you're not going to get that next gig as an entrepreneur until you put time in making yourself marketable.
Yeah.
We're too busy marketing other services for other people, not busy marketing ourselves at the same time.
Yeah. But it's interesting, Marc, because I understand completely that you say you need to invest in yourself, you need to stand out, you need to make your profile look great, okay? But in principle, with your help, you can do it quicker and, better, because you prompt people, you make it sharper. But what I often hear from the people I work with, LinkedIn is such, it takes so much of my time. So tell us, what can we do once the profile is set up and it's working? What can we do to reduce the time we spend, or how can we make it easier for ourselves?
I have a great answer for it. As you probably would imagine, you read all day long about your field, about things that other people are saying, about whatever is going on in your little universe, and you add your opinion to what other experts are saying. So you don't have to spend a lot of time putting an article out there. Just take the link from the article and say, this article is really good because in item number 4, this author is so on target. If you'd like to know more, contact me. Or make them want to do something, call to action. Do you agree with my opinion? Do you disagree with my opinion? Because disagreement's okay too. It's unpalatable, but it's okay too. We all learn from what we're doing. We all learn by rubbing off a little bit on each other. If you're not taking new material, putting it through your lens and repurposing it for people that need your help, you're wasting your own time. You're wasting your clients' time, because they're going to get same old, and eventually the universe, is being technologically driven as it is going to pass you by and forget about you, because you're not adding to the mix. When you add new, unique vision to the mix, people take notice. They comment on your comment. You comment back and you thank them. We were talking about one that I did this morning. It's going on and on. It can go on for weeks and months if it's a really great conversation. And it's okay to be a little argumentative, and it's okay to be a little challenging with other people, because there's a reason that we're there. We're there to learn from each other's mistakes and each other's successes. So how are you going to do that? You put yourself out there. So little things like, thank you, Yvonne, for your comment. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. We'll be in touch. I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to get to know you a little bit better. Do you have time for a quick Zoom chat? Because I don't connect to everybody that comes across my screen. Let's see if we have some common ground. It doesn't take very long to type, all right? And here's a secret. Put it on a Word document and copy and paste it right into LinkedIn. Ha! That's so easy. I have like 12 or 15 of them. So I don't have to recreate the wheel every day. Okay, Gabriel, really big secret. Everybody's going to get a message from me saying, oh, he copy and pasted that. Well, too bad. That's how I make myself more efficient. Yet add to the mix.
That's great. I love that. That's really helpful. Now, this is all about posting and commenting, which is critical. But what about people that say, listen, I post a lot, I don't get clients from it. I think I maybe need to go to the engagement section or the DMs, as we all, call them as well. What's your view on it? Because some people say that's a great way to get clients. Other people go like, oh my, no, not another sleazy sales message,
Yeah.
How do you perceive it? Because both takes time. There's arguments pro and con, but I want to hear from the expert.
I'm going to cut through all the bull and I'm going to say, here's the best thing. You want to meet somebody? Find somebody who knows that person. Ask that person in the middle to introduce you warmly. So, Yvonne, I'd like you to meet my friend Mark. My friend Mark is an expert in LinkedIn. Now, Yvonne, you and I know that we've talked a bunch of times about your profile not being exactly as good a person as I've seen you in action. This is the time you really need to do this. So, Yvonne, why don't you and Mark chat? So Mark meet Yvonne, Yvonne meet Mark. You guys go to it. Let me hear some great stories, some great news from this combination. That's a great introduction. It's warm, it's pertinent, it's personalized, and it's effective. Just say, hey, I'd like to sell you a bridge. Are you interested? I'd like to meet you at the same time. I get those every day. They drive me nuts. So, I mean, and I don't even comment to these anymore. I mean, it's just not even worth it. I used to comment back, you've broken all the rules of LinkedIn. This is about engagement personally to do business. I don't do business with people I don't know unless I'm referred to them, and then I get to know them. Just like my connections. You knock on my door, my front, and my house. I'm not letting you in unless I know what you want and why you're there. And then I'm not letting you in unless I know that you're respectable or resourceful. And if you're neither or none of those, you're not coming in. So you're not going to connect to me unless I find it. And I'd say people from time to time, sorry, I really don't see the connection here, but I thank you for your time. Goodbye. I wish you well. So it's professional. Not going to work every single time. So that's the Halpert view of the world. And, other things, not only just comment, have great recommendations on your LinkedIn profile. Not just Mark's a really good guy, Mark really helped me, blah, blah, that's bull. Mark helped me in a situation when I was unable to talk about this. He found the right words to help me get out from under myself in a situation when that happened. That really helped me down the road. I really thank Mark for that. If you want a really great resource, this is the guy to talk to. Those are fine. That's what you want. A situation where somebody saw you in action and saw you do well. Choose your skills well. Choose your keywords and your other sections of LinkedIn well. You'll be found on the search. Then people will search for you. They'll find the right combination of keywords, will come together, and they will comment to you and say, hey, I'd like to talk to you. And then you say, hey, I see you and I know so and so in common. And then it just opens up all these different doors.
I love that.
It's not going to fall from heaven. It doesn't work that way.
Talking about heaven, tell me, how are you the CEO of your life?
Well, I'm the only guy here. You see the entire company. The entire company is busy right now. But behind me are thousands of fabulous people that I have selected carefully all over the world, each or several of which are experts in their field. If you say to me, I need an attorney who's in whatever service, and he or she is the only one that you would recommend, then I'm probably going to recommend one or two of them because they're not always going to work. So I am responsible for everything that comes to me and comes out of me and everything in between. And when it has second and third level drop down tiering and people getting benefit from something I've written or said or done, wrote a book or books on this, I mean, all that, then they comment back to me. Then I get the CEO gratification of I did something better for somebody than I did for myself.
I love that. Great. Mark, we're going to wrap it up because it's really time. Any final thoughts or comments you want to make before we close it?
Well, if you're watching me and you're going to connect to me down here on this little tape here, read all the way to the end of my profile, use that magic keyword, and I might have a conversation with you. No promises, but nonetheless. And it's not about being obnoxious. It's about minding my own time well, because everybody wants a piece of an expert, and it's kind of hard to cut yourself into a million little pieces and be effective at that time. And finally, thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you. I love working with you. We've done now 2 sessions together. I hope there will be more. So watch this woman. She's incredible. Wherever she moves, she's on the go. It's wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. I really enjoyed our conversation as always. And if you're looking for more time and you want to be the CEO of your life, tune in next week, same time, same place.